Hey, God bless you all. God bless you. God bless you. This is Pastor Kenny Townsend, Brother Kenny Townsend, your brother, coming back with another video. And in this particular video, before we get started, the first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to hit that subscribe button. I'd like you to share this, and I'd like you to whatever you do. As I said before, this is a new channel. We're trying to grow this channel to empower God's people and to impact the mentality so that we can no longer go along to get along. Today's video, I'd like to share something that I'm seeing trending in social media. And not just as a man of God, but as a man, it's becoming quite disturbing to me that social media is having a profound impact of affecting our female species of today. And our female species of today are saying that they want to be respected, they want to be admonished as women, they want to understand about their value and their self-value. But I got a problem, and I'll tell you what that problem is. I'm seeing women be demoralized to just pieces of meat. I mean, there's all type of challenges that I'm seeing coming across Facebook and Instagram and all of these things. And you know what? It appears that the forces of darkness are using the very elements that Lucifer uses to keep people enslaved. And you know what that is? Sexuality. It bothers me when I see white women, black women, Hispanic women only think that they're good enough to get up and shake their behinds or spread their legs wide open, showing all of the sexuality and functioning parts of their body. Something ain't right, y'all. And you know what? Social media is very instrumental in making you think that as long as you get a lot of likes, or this is your way of getting a lot of attention, because if you got on there and just spoke about the essence of being a woman, you're not going to get a whole lot of attention. But when you get up there as a woman and you start to spread your legs wide open and show all of your breasts and everything that God blessed you with, you think that that's making you be somebody on social media. When the truth of the matter is, there are predators and there are people out there stalking you, trying to find out where you live, because you know what you've done? You've given them a sense of eye pornography. Yeah, that's right, my beloved sister. When you get up there and you gap your legs wide open, and most of these perverts are sitting up there looking at you, and you're turning your behind up to the screen and gyrating and jiggling, all you're doing is saying what your worth is really about. And then you have the audacity to say that you're looking for a real man, a man that can satisfy my needs, when you showed him that the only need that you really have is just attention seeking. And most of our men the same way. You get on here with these crazy videos and you're showing like you're having sex with your woman, and you're showing as though how you can handle her and this, that, and the other. All of these are tricks, y'all. These are tricks, and these tricks are designed to rule the world. There's things that rule the world, even written on our dollar. When you get to looking at that, and it says, "In God we trust," you got to understand even what that means. This world is run on gold, oil, and drugs. And if you want to make it God's, you can put the S on the end of it, and that's sex. Those are the major components in today's society that are ruling our world. And sad to say, the church is even afraid to address this and talk about it. There's no way in the world that you could have a woman that's going to church on a Sunday and all through the week, and then you want to get on social media, put on your short pants, stuff your behind in the pants, and then jiggle your behind with some kind of challenge. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Listen, we're better than this. We're better than this. I'm not talking to one specific people. I'm not talking to black people. I'm talking to all women. Listen, you deserve, I don't care how big or how small your behind is, you're still to be treated like a woman. I don't care how large or how small your breasts are, you're still to be treated like a woman. This is really means more than anything, because if the breasts go and the behind goes, and you ain't got one of these, what you gonna do then? But if you do got the breast and the behind and you got one of these, you don't need those elements. This is what social media is doing, to make you think that you have to low rate your standards as a human being. You need to be respected as somebody who is dependent upon the ability that God gave you. Now, if you want to be deemed as a prostitute or a piece of meat, that's fine. I mean, we live in a world now where God gives us all the ability to be whatever we want to be. You want to be a drug addict, you can be that. If you want to be a homeless person, you can be that. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, he gives us all a choice. But don't say life is threw you a curveball and says men are not respectful to women and this, that, and the other, when the very forces and powers that be are implementing the very things to psychologically manipulate you. What do you think all of these gangster hip hop songs are about? To infiltrate your mind and to make you think that this is entertainment. Like I said before, when you get up there, my dear sister, and spread your legs wide open and tell somebody to rate your flexibility, what do you think they're really rating? They're looking at you as a sexual tool. They're not looking at you as that somebody they can build with the next 5 years. Because what happens now when you can't use that sexual tool that God gave you? It goes out. It goes out of whack. Same thing with the man. Same thing with the man. His prostate gets shot, and then later on up the road, he can't function. But what did he have here to begin with? You see, this is what society does. Society makes you think how sexual you are. That's something that God should put inside of you. But when Lucifer got hold to it, he wanted to make sure that you were the stud muffin that you were, or you were the diva that you call yourself, and this is what makes you so sexy. Don't get me wrong, y'all. And I'm not judging anybody, but I think it's a sad day when you 60, 70, and 80, and 90 years old, and you still talking about sex, when you should be directing young men and women in a way that is helping them to learn how to provide for their families. I got 4 sons. And you know what? I had to be an example. Not religiously. No, morally speaking, before anything. I had to be a man in the presence of my sons, and to let them see how it means and what it means to be respectful to their mother. This is what society is taking away from us today. Society does not want you, that woman, to be dependent upon the man. And it has infiltrated its way even into the church, even to the degree where the pastors will tell the women about finding you a man that can do this and that can do that, as long as she's able to give tithe and offering on her own. And then they're very skeptical about who she marries, because if they figure she marries a nobody, then she won't be able to continue giving that tithe and offering. You see, everything has got to start to be revolving around shenanigans. And we can speak from years past, and we know that we're in different times, and that will be the main excuse that people use, that, well, Pastor, you know, times ain't the same as it was. You used to could walk out of one place and go from one job and go to another one, and you can find 4 or 5 jobs just like that. I'm glad you said that. Times have changed. And sometimes times can change for the better, and they can change for the worse. Because I remember the time where a man would do whatever it took to provide for his family. If he had to get out there and hustle cans, if he had to get out there and work day labor, if he had to do all of that. But now the times have so dramatically changed, until society has infiltrated the mind of the woman and made the woman feel that, well, she can make ends meet without a man. And you got to look at how it's strategically played, how it's put down, that if a woman does not have the assistance of a man, we will offer her Section 8, we will offer her food stamps, we will offer her probably daycare for her child, as long as you don't have a man supporting you in your life. You see how it's perpetrated and how it's put down. And then many of you are feeding right into it through social mediaism. And so social media says, If you get out here and you show your butt and you spread your legs wide open and you jiggle your butt and you get so many likes and then you get monetized, you can get paid for this. Do y'all see what's going on? Do you see why it's important for people with content to come forward and to wake you up and to get you to understand? Okay? And I know the church doesn't make it any better because we talk about what the women are doing and how they're not doing this, but what plans of action have we implemented to help get them from up under the pimp? Yeah, because I can go out there on the street and I can tell a prostitute that, baby, listen, you out here selling your body to that man and that man pimping you, and baby, you can do bad by yourself. So don't let this pimp have you out here. But what am I as a person doing to implement in the life of that sister to get her out of the clutches of that wolf, of that charlatan? It's one thing to talk about it, but we as a people, what are we doing to be about it? Don't let social media make another whore out of you. Don't let social media make another pimp out of you. And this is what's going on. As I said before, there's been such an onslaught until people think that they can just use social media to just grow their ministry. And that, look, serving God ain't about growing no ministry. Serving God is about reaching to the downtrodden and the less fortunate and helping them to understand that, yes, I can give you a fish today, but you only eat today. But my assignment as part of this human race is to teach you how to fish so you can continuously eat for a lifetime. And then watch this, you in return, each one reach one. That's what it's all about. So my sisters and brothers, I need to share this with you. Don't let social media turn you into a hype. Don't let social media turn you into a freak. Don't let social media make you think that the greatest thing working for you is your physical anatomy or your physical genitalia. Don't let social media make you think that. God gave you a brain. He gave you a mind. And you can use that mind. Even a young lady that was considered blind and deaf became one of the greatest philanthropists of our time. And many of you heard of her name. Her name is Helen Keller. She was totally blind and deaf. But because that young lady realized, even though I don't have eyes to see and a mouth to speak with, she still had a brain. And her teacher helped her to understand that you're only as limited as you desire to be. Don't think, woman, that the only thing you got is what's between your legs. Man, don't think that that's the only thing that you got is what's between your legs and your pretty eyes and your six-pack physique. That means nothing. Because what happens when your six-pack physique is gone? What happens when prostate cancer eats up your physical anatomy or draws it up to like a Vlasic pickle or takes your womb and causes it to drop inside out? But you still got a mind. Don't let social media feed you into this hype that is keeping you bondage. That's what the scripture means when it said, whom the Son sets free is free indeed. And once you come to the knowledge of who you are, you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be a part of these stupid challenges, people. Please. That's what the scripture means when it said, love not the world, neither the things in the world. For all that is in the world is the lust of the eye, the pride of life, and the lust of the flesh. And this is what social media is doing. It's making you get hyped up enough until whereas you think that whatever you do, that this is going to cause you to rise to stardom and success. Well, let me tell you something. That's what the hip hop world is ascribing to. And how many of our young men have been shot down and killed? Because there's a saying that goes like this. If you dance to the music, you're going to have to pay to the piper. And Lucifer is out here offering you whatever he thinks. Listen, if jiggling your butt behind is what he thinks is going to take to make you successful, he'll give that to you. If making yourself a sexual object and tool, I mean, people are doing anything for entertainment. And this is what the enemy is using, entertainment, to keep you from seeing what he's doing right up under your mind, how he's seeking to destroy you, how he's seeking to kill you, how he's seeking to infiltrate you and to take your children and to bring genocide at a rapid rate around us. Thank God for social media. Thank God for social media. But listen, use it to empower people like Jesus did, like Martin Luther King did. Use social media to not just make a platform so that it can monetize you, but use social media so that you can help snatch somebody out of the clutches of evil. Because I'm here to tell you, without an education, our young men aren't getting anywhere. Without education, our women are becoming self-sufficient. And that's just what the system wants them to think. You can't even get out and live in a house with a husband now, because Section 8 says, as long as you don't have a man in your life, we'll take care of you. Do you see what's going on? God gave us a mind. We got to use it. Stop letting this social media dictate your life. Ain't nothing wrong with being entertained, but I'm here to tell you, that's the greatest weapon that a magician has. Because while he's entertaining you with this hand, he's slipping some over on you with this one, because they know the hand is quicker than the eye. And as long as they can keep you entertained, you're not thinking. That's the whole name of the game. Satan's biggest fear is to keep you from thinking. Keep you from thinking about the wars that are brewing right up under you. Keep you from thinking about how the next way that they're going to poison your water system. Keeping you from thinking about the next way that they're going to infiltrate the food system. Time to wake up. Nothing comes to sleepers but a dream. Hey, listen. This is just one of many videos that I'm going to be sharing with you. Like it, subscribe, share it. As I said before, you and I are in this together. And we're going to work together to unmask and uncover so that the people, not just our people, because anybody that needs to be wakened is our people. One thing about it, Satan don't care what color you are, what race you are, what denomination you are. He don't care. At the end of the day, you're all expendable. Hey, God bless you. I love you. I'll be back next time with another thought-provoking video. Brother Kenny Townsend, I love you. Bye-bye.